we from Atmalya have also had quite a good time with government school children in the past, and we're still continuing those exercises, this time now from the remote training ways. And we also, like you said, the children have to know about this pledge and how they can conserve water, but the children from all walks of life, of course the adults, but children learn fast. So I'm sure that you're also taking the message to the international school children and also making all the children sensitive, because the government school children do not get that kind of water also. So they struggle for water already. So to some good extent, they're aware of the problems that shortage of water or wastage of water can create. So we from Atmalya have both these sets of children, or children from all walks of life, from all different languages, different religions, different regions. So we have been able to, through art, as you said, art is the best universal language. What the Vedas says as a dictum, Purana will say with an example, and Kavya will say with the performance through Rupa and Drishya and Nama and Shabda, and that Dhwani resonates continuously. And that is why we still give the art as an oral tradition of transfer of knowledge. Of course, I'm connected with universities. At the same time, I believe in the age-old method of Shruti and Smriti. So that lasts for a long time. So that way we are able to also impact into the hearts of the people who are watching the performance. So when Vijayji told me about this, because I also came to know that Dr. M.B. Atreya had given a talk on your forum, and thereafter we got connected, and Vijayji said speak about water through the arts, and it seemed to be a totally different topic, but I've taken it up, and I'm so happy that so many new vistas have opened up for me also personally as an artist. So I have a PowerPoint that I will be sharing, and because then the points become clear, and at one go we will go through that, and at the end of it there is a video where I have brought in certain elements where the water is being performed, being depicted through the dance, and the relevance of water in that particular theme, which is of Shiva Shakti Tandava Lasya, will also be brought in with a video. So I shall now share a screen. Yes, thank you. Is it visible to everybody here?
Yes, please. Yes.
Okay. So I'll go ahead. So celebrating the joys of water with dance. As a dancer, uh, the the joy that I feel most connected with the element of water is the quality of buoyancy, which as a dancer I can feel. The flow of the movement is the water element that speaks. When we say it's the earth element, it's the sound foundation, the thud that we do, the thai, thai, and that kind of movement is triggered by the earth element. The water is what adds the grace to the performance. So we proceed now. I took a relevant and a very interesting proverb, rather a poetry from Vairamuthu. I'm a Tamil speaking person by my mother tongue. At the same time, I speak a lot of languages, and as you know, artists do not stick to that. But this particular one was interesting, so I put it over here. Tannir குடத்தில் பிறக்கிறோம் தண்ணீர் கரையில் முடிக்கிறோம். His life begins in a pot of water and ends on the seashore. That's a poetry, Nadiye Nadiye by Vairamuthu. And in just 6 words, the poet encapsulates human existence on earth. We have Ganesh Chaturthi coming very closely next week. And so we bow down to the Adidevata Ganesha as an artist also, and the significance of how one comes from the earth and goes back to what is established in this great festival of Ganesha Chaturthi. So pranams to Gam Ganapati Namaha. So we rise from water, we return to water. Without water, all our body reactions fail. It regulates us. We cannot live without us. And like the Prithvi, which is what we are also made of, 60 to 70% of water, I've heard it is more as infants, and as you grow older, it reduces. But yet, 55 to 70% is an average of water in our body. The culture of the various parts of the world also made this journey with water. Civilizations have evolved around the rivers, whether it is Indus Valley or ancient Egypt or Mesopotamia. In the divine sphere, water is a metaphor for the Trinity, Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, as it holds the power to create, the power to know it, how water does all these three forces. And in our temples, which Bharatavarsha is proud of, the great pillars in the temples that often depict the dance also will have the tanks in the form of water, and the festivities and rituals grow around it. As citizens, the social collective responsibility that we have to remind ourselves is how that time all the citizens were, how they held this the water with great respect. There was an intelligent management of the resources, and the proficiency of people also enhanced thereby. Water was utilized appropriately. In the rituals, the water was very well devised. The water gods are venerated with abundant food, and man has never thought about his own consumption alone. This is a special integral quality of Bharata in the way we worship our deities. Nature is God, the world is holistic existence, and the resources have to be shared. And we had great kings who had the power to apportion and who have contributed a great deal for that, which still we have sources which say this particular king had constructed this particular dam, which has given a lot of benefit to all of us. Man never disregarded natural resources, and there was no negligence, ignorance, and there was no greed, no fighting as is going on very often for water. Jalam, Neer, Toyam, as it is known in the Veda and Purana, Jalam Eva Jivanam. It is the source of Amrita, the worship of the Panchabhutas, the sun, the rivers has been very, very essential for us. Man propitiated Bhumi Devi as a goddess. We as artists, we start our prayer with pranams to the Bhumi Devi. The Tarpana ritual, the Sandhya Vandana ritual, the Achamaniyam, the Nyasa, which does the Bahir and the Antarnyasa, the external and internal cleanliness, the Shuddhi, is emphasized in our worship. In dance, which is a worship, Natya Shastra is an agamic text which is reached throughout globally beyond any barrier, but it speaks very clearly about the ritualistic aspect, the shaucha, the cleanliness that has to be followed, and how one gets infuses life into us, and for that water is most important. The rain gods were invoked in the yagnas. The water was used for energizing a mantra. When you recite Om, the vibration in the water happens. And there have been legendary instances where even the dead have been revived with divine power of this water. I have quoted and I have given the example of Sri Raghavendra Swami, I think 15th, 16th century, Mantralayam, Karnataka, and all people in the south are proud of this great rishi who has blessed us for generations. The rivers, which we generally invoke with the Kalasha Puja, the shloka for that I have added over here. In Natya, we show the Ganges of the Shivas, which flows from the head, the mats of Shiva. Her purity is always shown. We have so many instances when Shiva, the moment you show the iconography of Shiva, We show the snakes and the moon, and then the Ganga Devi who flows. Water comes in the dance of Shiva and the dance of Kali, which is the dance of absorption, dissolution, of death, of pralaya, as we said. Water is for consuming yuga, and yuga maintained, and that deciding factor is with water. We offer water on the Shivalinga for positive energy. It also denotes the central Sushumna nerve current, the vibration in all of us. The Sushumna, the central channel passing in the subtle realm of your spinal cord, and the balance between the Ida and the Pingala, the solar, the lunar and the solar energies maintained through the Sushumna, and the water droplets on that Sahasrara shows how that positivity is maintained. When it comes to we recently had Krishna Janmashtami, so dance cannot be without all these deities. And with Krishna, water is something he plays with very, very often and with a lot of different rasas. He's naughty when he breaks pots of water on the gopikas. Very often we show water drenched gopis coming with anger and asking Yashoda about where Krishna is. His dance over Kalia is where he has a Veera Rasa and he is conquering the poison from the waters, and he is dancing on top. Yet another symbolic references of how he is on top of that Sahasrara, and he's on top of that Kalia, and he's doing this divine dance. And when the rains caused havoc, like in the Govardhanagiri episode, he has saved the lives. In Vasant Ritu, he plays holy with Radha and all the gopikas, and there is fun, there is water splashed all across. So with dance, we bring in the painting, the Kavya alive on stage. I also wanted to, when we speak of Pralaya and so many ways in which humanity itself goes through those cycles, I wanted to add how Jala is used for the samadhi of great saints, of great sadhus. We have Bhu Samadhi, we have Agni Samadhi, but Jala Samadhi is very, very special, where the sandalwood box is kept and the stones are placed, and then with the Vedic mantras, the box is released. And it is believed that when such holy beings who are dense with a lot of mantra japa are submerged, the vibrations become a part of the water. The orange chakra showing the sunrise beaming, which is the Swadhisthana chakra in Tantra. Thank you. You're referring also to my research. My research was on science of Tantra and the art of Natya. So very often I try to bring in the inner, the Guhya Tattvas also from the Samanya point of view. When you introspect and see what is the inner engineering that is happening through the dance, you know that there is movement in those chakras. And in the Swadhisthana chakra, very often we find a lot of our rasas emanating from Muladhara, Swadhisthana. There is Manipura, there is Anahata, and there is Vishuddha, there is Akya for intuition, and then this Sahasrara. It is a very spontaneous flow of that energy, and water is the element which is connected to this Swadhisthana chakra, which is also, they say the chakras also are placed without the gross meaning of being placed, in a subtle way around the functions, so the procreation aspects in the Swadhisthana chakra. The tanmatra, or the sense that is triggered, is taste. In earth, we have all the five senses. In water, barring one, which is smell, which is a predominant part of earth, we have all the other four, but taste is what is established. And Bharata Muni, the author of Natya Shastra, speaks always about taste or rasa in the art. The seed bija for water to even vibrate is Vam. To strengthen that chakra, the japa of Vam helps. Rakini Yogini, there are yoginis connected to all the chakras. She's the deity of the six-petaled lotus here. And Brahma and Saraswati are the deities as well. The Nadi or the Nadi are the rivers, nerve currents triggered by these Pancha Tattvas. The Taittiriya Upanishad says how from Akasha came Vayu, from Vayu came Jala, Jala to Agni, Agni to Bhumi or Prithvi. So this descent of consciousness and then the ascent of consciousness is denoted by the prana, the life source. Every moment we are breathing. Unfortunately, today we give the least attention to our breath and to the food that we take. These are the two most important ones by which you can have cleansing of yourself. In every way, your mind also will be operating better if you're able to uh, develop the habit of concentrating on your life source, your prana, every moment. In dance, the sattvika abhinaya, which is the concentration of the mind. When you see an artist, you see a lot of movement. There is the angika with the angas. When she is in deep concentration, doing a bhava, without too much movement, without vigorously moving the hands, but just taking that song, that word, repeatedly resonating on that, developing our imagination. The audience watches the face, and the face is where the sattvika bhavas are residing. And according to the great scholars, this sattvika bhava is coming because of the ashru, which creates sweda or perspiration, and even pralaya, that is when you lose consciousness. There are 8 sattvika bhavas. I've picked out these 3 specifically where water is dominant.